Gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of Masculine Toxicity. This episode is going to be about dating profiles and things that you will just see a wide abundance of. Now, this could be very pertinent to any of us, whether it's guys that are recently divorced, getting themselves back into the dating scene, whether it's a guy looking for some side, or it's a young fella coming up the ranks. These are certainly the stereotypical types of profiles and things you'll see, especially when it comes to plenty of fat, or POF, as it's called, where it's a bunch of fucking 3s and 4s who think they're 8s and 9s, especially the ones that are late 30s, early 40s and beyond, who maybe in their 20s were a solid 6 or 7. They're hanging on to dear life when, hey, the wall has hit. Life has hit you hard. You're done. You're finished. Your glory days are over. Even with that being the case, these gals are running around pretending that they have the pussy that guys want. 22-year-old sorority snatch. Instead, they have dumpster pussy of a meth addict. Nobody wants it. Yet they still pull out this scroll of demands. I got news for you, sals. You have to understand what you're holding hostage. Your vagina is the equivalent of VHS pussy. Nobody wants your VCR vagina anymore. We have streaming pussy now. So take your demands and go kick rocks. Now we will make this a series. This is going to be an ongoing thing because the fodder never stops with the fatsos. All right? But this first profile we're going to go into, the headline says, "Man who likes tall, curvy, earthy BBW, ? And let's be honest, the term BBW is thrown around far too much nowadays because there genuinely are big, beautiful women, girls that are fat, that maybe, have pretty faces, good hair, whatever. But this is the term being thrown around for every woolly mammoth that has ever walked this planet now that can find a goddamn smartphone or a computer and put a picture of themselves, a portrait size. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. Words are important, people. If we use words inaccurately or lump everybody in the same group, then they mean nothing. Words mean nothing to us. I'll get into that more so in another episode where I talk about vernacular being used these days erroneously. But for this, let's get into it. So she describes herself non-smoker with a big and tall BBW body type, 37 years young, female, 5'10", non-religious. Her personality is artsy. She is white. She's Aquarius, has an associate's degree. Her profession is administrative. She has 3 pictures of herself, but none of them are particularly clear. One of them is of her from her nose and up, so you see her eyes and her brunette hair. There's another where it's just half of her face, and we're looking at that from a vertical standpoint, so you see, say, the left side of her face. And then there's another of her, looks like from the waist up, but it's kind of far and a little fuzzy, a little blurred, I guess is a way to put it, out of focus. So in none of these 3 pictures do you get a clear idea of what this thing looks like. So moving on. Now she goes on. This is unbelievable. So she's a big fatso, as we can tell just from her own description. In the pictures, her face looks like it'd probably be okay if you piece it all together. Body-wise, again, we don't know. The pictures just are not conclusive. She drinks socially. She is single, black hair. Looks brown to me, whatever. She has a car. Longest relationship's over 4 years. She has a cat. She does not want children, does not do drugs, has blue eyes, no kids. Her name is Donna. Oh, good. What year is this? She's 38? Is that what I said? 37? Who's being named Donna back in 82? My grandmother was named Donna. She died last year. She was 85. Anyway, now, just from the description alone, even without seeing the pictures, I'm sure you can gather that she's not a 7 or above. Likely not even a 6, maybe a 5 at best on the 10 scale. But she does go on to have a very specific type of person she is seeking. And she starts her profile like this. So I'm only going to reply to men who, in opening message, make reference to the fact that they fit my 9 profile points below. The rare man I'm looking for is going to get really excited about every detail he reads, and the rest of you will find it ridiculous, unreasonable, and perhaps even odd. So, if the following things apply to you, and I mean every point and every word, then surely we're a match. And she's not kidding. She has 9 bullet points with a total of 10 paragraphs. Let that sink in for a second. All right, here we go. Let's start at the top. Number 1, you're an educated, non-smoking Caucasian man who's either slim or relatively fit. Hold on. Wait a second. This fatso is saying slim and relatively fit when this beast isn't even close to that from what I've been able to gather. Female hypocrisy at its finest, gentlemen. All right, moving on. I don't go for the big burly lumberjack types or the bad boy persona. Well, hopefully whatever guy is into you goes for the lumberjackette types, because, lady, you're a fucking monster. Who the fuck are you to be turning down anybody? Again, the picture that shows her from the waist up, she's not thin. She's big and burly herself, and she describes herself as such. Moving on. I desire a more intellectual, reserved man, and not the dirt bike riding adrenaline junkie type. Open age and height, but everything else I've written and will continue to write here is pretty non-negotiable. I will admit to having an eye for younger guys in their 20s or early 30s, but that's not set in stone. In contrast, I have also found myself attracted to older gentlemen. Okay, so she likes everybody but guys her own age, apparently. I don't know what that means. Again, women hypocrisy. This is going to be a long one, guys. My goal with this channel is to go 12 minutes or less with my videos, but we're going to be on for a while. Stay with me. Point 2, you only look for women who list themselves as full-figured or BBW, plus-sized, or whatever you call it. But the kick is you only like a certain look, size, and shape. You are only, in capital letters, attracted to tall, extra curvy, pear-shaped women. Not just any bigger women. I'm talking about my particular bottom-heavy shape, smaller upper body, though my upper arms aren't exactly small, wide hips, a huge ass, and thick, heavy legs. I have thunder thighs that jiggle a bit, big knees, and fat yet shapely calves, and thick ankles. No, not cankles. I don't waddle and can cross my legs like a lady, fellas. I'm not the super, I don't know, whatever SSBBW, I'm assuming supersized BBW type that you see with the huge chubby face, double chin, gut, and broad shoulders. I do have big hands and feet though. Feminine but big. No petite woman here. Okay, that's just point 2, guys. We still have 7 more to go. So essentially what she's saying is she's built like a goddamn Tyrannosaurus Rex. Old blue-eyed T-Rex, you know, the type of guy you want to take home to mom, you dream of when you're a 13-year-old fella. Get the fuck out of here, you beast. Alright, point 3. You are only attracted to natural-looking women who wears little to no makeup, zero nail polish, toenail polish, and lipstick. I've been told I have that mature, earthy, yet sexy, pretty soccer mom look. I have some blemishes and beauty marks, and you're turned on by that, as well as the shorter length bob cut look. Oh my god, this is getting worse and worse by the sentence, fellas. Sounds odd, but I only want a guy who gets excited over those attributes. My ex-friends with benefit would talk about how sexy imperfection was on me. From a random mole to how my teeth are not perfectly straight. And I found that fascinating and unique. There has to be another man out there with that kind of perspective. What perspective is she talking about? Is she talking about a guy that would fuck anything? Because there's not a single solo individual man out there who's specifically looking for this thing. This woman is swine. She's a pig. She's oinking as she types this. This monstrosity really has a perspective of herself unique only to her. No other creature on this God-given earth would ever look at that and be turned on. Some will hit it because they have a weird fetish or they're desperate, but nobody's looking specifically for this monster. All right, let's get back to it, guys. Jesus. All right. What are we on? 4. All right. You love big pale legs with attention to the type of skin and detail I explained here. Things like a few spider veins and a little bit of cellulite actually turn you on. Basically, my ex-friends with benefit was insanely turned on by the random marks and distinct reddish pore pattern on my thighs and legs. So essentially, she has onset diabetes and she wants guys to fucking jack it. And what happened to this friends with benefits? Did he also... Did he have a fucking leg amputated? Did he die of a heart attack? What happened? Alright, moving on. We're only halfway done with point 4, guys. Note, this point is probably the number one reason why most men don't fit the bill. Most men don't care or are simply indifferent of things, of these, quote, little things, end quote. But the man I seek would have noticed all of the above before on a woman and be turned on by it. Number 5, you love the paler skin, Northern European look. I'm a mix of Irish, English, and German, and not into the dark, exotic type. And before ignorant people chime in on this, no, this is not me being racist. I'm simply talking about what a man is physically and sexually attracted to. Well, so far I think a man would have to be physically and sexually attracted to a buffalo to get an erection with you, madam. Because from this description, that's what I'm finding. I Googled it. Point 6, you get turned on by big, shapely feet. Now, what does shapely feet mean? That seems like a disguised way of saying, you know, that she has big, giant platypus feet. The fuck does shapely feet mean? Anybody know? Anyway. And you go for the bare, unpainted toenail look. Guys don't care about toenail polish and shit. That's just women nonsense. I'm a size 11 with long toes. Oh, God. A size 11 foot with long toes. Oh, God. Foot fetish guys are going to lose their mind about this freak. Holy shit. All right, size 11 with long toes. I don't get pedicures. My heels are always a bit rough, but can attest they are always clean. They can get, oh, come on, is this a gag? This isn't real. There's no way women can... Look, women are delusional creatures by nature. But there's no way a woman thinks a guy, any guy, is looking for this. If so, they're into bestiality. What are they looking for? Walruses? Come on. This isn't real. Alright, she continues. And I'm a big fan of wearing my brown open-toed strappy sandals in the warmer weather. So it'd be nice if you'd like that as opposed to the fancy high heels look. And no, none of the above means I'm dominant and looking for a sub. But the man I'm looking for is a big leg foot guy. The look of feet I just described turns him on, as does thick ankles. Hey, look, I'll admit, I like thicker gals. Thick. Okay? Thick. Not hippopotamuses. It's amazing that women that look like this wouldn't just be happy if anything looked at it. Alright, number 7. You are humble and intelligent. Yes, you can be humble and still know you are smart. Nothing turns me off more than a man who is conceited, smug, condescending, and cannot communicate. No alpha males either. I tend to like men who are modest, a bit geeky, intellectual, and shy. Well, not too shy. Alright, look, lady. Make up your fucking mind, would you? You like him shy, but not too shy. You like him a certain height. You like him older, but a little younger, but not my age. Gee, I can't figure out why this Frankenstein is single. God almighty. She continues, someone I can confide in, share mutual trust, and be ourselves when around one another. Anyone who hunts or smokes is a major turnoff. Same goes for a man whose life revolves around being on his phone or playing video games 24/7. No one with a criminal record of any kind, please. Won't even entertain that idea. And I definitely want someone who loves to kiss and is turned on by kissing. Of course she doesn't like hunting. She's tired of having bullets whiz by her head as she waddles around through the foliage. Apparently she doesn't feel like it's her time to meet the taxidermy yet. God almighty. And what's with this loving kissing business? What guy is getting all psyched up to make out with the middle linebacker for Texas Tech? Jesus Christ, lady. Alright, look. This is where this body positivity movement stuff has got to go. Because we're deluding these rhinoceroses into thinking that it's okay and that someone should love them, or it's the rest of the world's fault, or that the rest of the world is missing out on them as a great catch. As your heart disease kicks in and your diabetes lops off toes and legs, one right after another. Come on. Number 8, you are open to or desire a very casual, friends with benefits type relationship. Local guys only, not here for a pen pal. I want to meet. And just because I seek something casual in no way means that I sleep around. Never have and never will. And the same goes for my ideal match. You haven't, quote, been there, done that, unquote, and you have never carried an STD. One guy I recently chatted with told me that he had been on so many dates and had been with so many women that the idea of meeting someone new did nothing for him. That was the end of that conversation. I want the opposite of that. I'm a kinky woman, and I have indulged in fulfilling fantasies for my ex-friends with benefits. But there is a limit, an element of reason and responsibility with respect to everything, guys. But I'm really seeking casual in every sense of the word. I'm a rare woman, and that I'm not looking for romance. Well, if you keep this up, you're going to be served medium rare here soon. Madam, you are a cow. Where are you getting off having this list of demands? If the hottest women on planet Earth, if the women that Leonardo DiCaprio fucks had this list of demands, I'd be perturbed. Because he fucks the most beautiful women on this earth. If they came up with this bullshit, I'd be like, yeah, I don't know about that. But you're a 1 on the 10 scale. You're only an 8 or a 9 on the Richter scale. You're fucking awful. And you have demands. Like you're a Jennifer Aniston or Scarlett Johansson. Who is this creature? Who does she think she is? I'm perplexed. And you better bet any guy is going to even think of horsing around. You better bet it's going to be casual. No guy's going to be taking you out to nice dinners or holding your hand in public or letting their friends and family know that they've been hooking up an African bush elephant. God damn, the audacity. This is enraging, guys. And the reason why I bring this stuff up, because this bitch is a 1 at best, if she even is on the scale. You think what you're going to see from 4s and 5s on Plenty of Fat. Number 9, you have a webcam on a computer and are willing to Skype as a first step. If we end up corresponding and serious about meeting, this is something everyone should do who does online dating. It's the responsible thing. I will not share cell numbers or email until after video chat. And please, no cell. There's nothing worse than trying to video chat with someone who's on a phone. LOL, makes me dizzy, won't do it. And yes, I only posted vague photos. Please do not ask for more right away. I want interest to first come from my words and description. If you end up being the rare guy I'm looking for, most likely we'll end up video chatting and photo sharing on Skype, in which you'll get plenty of recent photos. I refuse to post any clear ones here due to the nature of my job and the fact that I've had pics of me stolen and used elsewhere. Guys, online dating. It's insanity. It's a sham. The pomposity running amok is laughable, but this is what we deal with. Take it as you wish, fellas. This is just the first of many dating profiles we will go over, so be on the lookout for those. I think they're going to be the most fun. I'd love to hear your horror stories. Post in the comments about women and dates that you found on online dating websites that were disasters, or women that had a list of demands like this, maybe even more obscene. Anyway, stay vigilant, guys. Women are coming to get you. I'm sorry to say. This woman apparently is coming to eat you. I don't know, but you have to wonder. Just throwing this out there. If you did smash, would she be a good time? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. The old, fat chicks give great blowjobs. I don't know about this one though, because she's so high maintenance. I really have to think that she would be awful, because she wants you to do everything, and she just shows up with a couple of wet, mediocre, monstrous holes. Anyway, all right, hit me up, guys. We'll see you in episode 3.